Million tonnes of plastic end up in our oceans and make up 80% of all marine debris from surface water to deep sea sediments. But in an attempt to tackle the scourge of waste in our seas, a pioneering British programme has been launched which has stopped 20,000 tonnes of plastic going into our waterways. And that's the equivalent of 200 blue whales.
Well, here to tell us a bit more about the programme is Hannah Mills, MBE, the Olympic gold medalist sailor, and Rafi Shire from Bantam Materials, the creator of the Prevented Ocean Plastic Programme. Good morning to both of you. Let's start with you, Hannah. You are a sailor. Have you seen an increase or would you say reduction in ocean waste during your careers, certainly in the last few years?
Yeah, 100%. Actually, it's quite stark how much more plastic we encounter now when we go sailing than sort of 10, 15 years ago. It's really, really eye-opening.
Well, just explain, what does that mean? If you're sailing along the ocean, how does it manifest itself? Is it literally plastic bags on the surface?
Sometimes, but mostly it's when we're sort of closer to shore and it's sort of gathering in the shorelines, or when we're in the ocean. There's things called tide lines, which is where usually seaweed and that kind of debris gathers. But nowadays, it's just they're full of plastic, and they're literally visual lines you can see in the ocean, and that's where gathering.
Rafi, pretty shocking, isn't it? We know that. I mean, we've known that for a while. Tell us more about this Prevented Ocean Plastic Programme. I mean, obviously, it is vital. Tell us about the initiative.
Thank you very much. We have an obsession with telling the truth, and there's been a lot of misinformation when it comes to recycling and ocean plastic prevention. So this program is about traceability. It's about knowing where your plastic comes from and making sure that we choose recycled plastic, and us, as the Prevented Ocean Plastic Program, we offer that better plastic choice to consumers. So when you walk into a supermarket, you can select something that's been part of the cleanup effort and not necessarily something that's a bit worse.
So sorry, Rafi, so what we're talking about is recycling here, are we?
Absolutely. So what we're looking at here is plastic that's been collected from at-risk coastlines, being brought into high-quality recycling practices through food contact safety, to then get it into your strawberry punnets, your fish packs, your child shampoo. For example, there's a wonderful brand, Child's Farm, and you can choose that product, which is made out of recycled plastic collected from at-risk coastlines. And it's just a better choice.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. And Hannah, I mean, yeah, we know that we should be recycling, and we know much more than we did before. The conversation is very much open now. What more can we be doing, or what more do you do personally to help the environment and the sea and the plastic effort?
I think one of my favourite things is, or mottos is leave no trace, and that sort of extends to anywhere you go. Make sure that you leave it in a better condition than you found it, whether that's picking up plastics and waste that you see and putting it in the bins, or choosing better items when you're there to make sure you're not leaving such a mark on the environment. So leave no trace is one thing, but I think, like you said, we need more. We need governments, we need big corporations and businesses to start stepping up much faster, and helping take the choice away from us. Making sure that it's easy to choose the right choice, and that's part of what Prevented Ocean Plastics are doing. They're making the choices easier for us.
Rafi, we're talking about, I think your programme has stopped 20,000 tonnes of plastic going into the waterways, which sounds an awful lot, clearly, but, and forgive the pun, this is just a drop in the ocean, isn't it?
So right now we can be very proud that here in the UK, the Prevented Ocean Plastic Programme is the largest ocean plastic prevention program in the world by a very large margin. Now, as you say, it's not nearly enough. But by choosing these products, by seeking out the logo and telling companies you will prefer their business if they do the right thing and bring recycled plastic into their products instead of new plastic, we can then make that bigger difference.
I mean, we just saw... I've got a real problem. You know, these face masks that we've all been... Well, some people are wearing these blue face masks. We're looking at the pictures now. I mean, I find them... I live in the countryside. I find them everywhere. They're on the... You know, in fields. I mean, this is what we're dealing with, isn't it? This is a new sort of type of plastic bag. I know we're not talking about the sea now, but we, in general, are talking about debris like this, face masks, plastic bags, bottles.
That's right. And the only way to incentivize its collection is to make sure that people who go out and collect it are paid. It's either government or it's getting individual collectors to go out and clean up this waste. So in countries like the UK, it's normally government, but in other countries, developing countries, it's making sure the bottle collectors and the plastic collectors are properly paid. So they're incentivized to go out and clean up this mess that we're all making.
Hannah, just looking at these pictures, I mean, it is heartbreaking. It's so soul-destroying to see this. And I bet you, in your time, must have... Is there an image that sticks in your mind, a particular moment where it really brought home to you just how serious this is?
Yeah, definitely. My first big hitting moment was when we were launching our boats, training for the Rio Olympics. And we were launching through sort of meters and meters of plastic waste just to get out from the shore, and that kind of has always stuck with me. But I just want to highlight it's not just Rio, like like you're showing here, it's everywhere. And just because it's in one place doesn't mean that country or that population are doing the littering and the pollution. The ocean currents move the plastic all across the world. So just because it's somewhere doesn't mean it came from there. So yeah, it's truly heartbreaking, and we just have to do more.
Well done for getting involved, and thank you so much to you, Hannah Mills, also to Rafi Shire, and good luck with the Prevented Ocean Plastic Programme. Thank you so much for doing that.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if someone could just invent a plastic bag that suddenly biodegrades after just 50 days?
It's not, yeah, but the thing is, we think plastic. It's not just plastic, is it? It's like we said, it's the masks that we're now seeing everywhere and that are clogging up the country and the world. It is bottles, it is plastic. I mean, those scenes are just disgusting. Yeah. And it is all over the world, as Hannah said there.
OK, well, coming up...